Hi, welcome to Free Spirit and welcome to Just Clear Up Spirit Talk. So, these are all questions and things that have come up in the comments, and I just wanted to address it all in one video, and it's so fitting. This is a card from John Mosley. He did the spirit cards. I'll put his direct website down below. This is one of his prints that he sends along with his oracle cards. Gorgeous. And it says, "Together we rise." And what's interesting is that when I was given these subjects to just be, just clear up and just speak about the subjects that was given, I was guided to this card because it is really all that. We're together we rise. So the subjects that I just wanted to clear up and just talk where I come from with it all. So first was tarot cards and oracle cards and God and religion and twin flames. And the answer to all of them actually is we're all working together. So this is really interesting because you know that a lot of authors of tarot and oracle cards years later, started denouncing tarot and oracle cards. And you could see across the internet, a lot of people who had channels, tarot and oracle cards, and years later, they denounced them. And they say they are, choosing a path with God or a certain religion and denouncing cards. And then you have people who also speak of twin flames and, you're in separation and all of this. What do I feel about all this too? Okay. And the answer to all of it is together we rise. We're still working all together. I just want to say never, never in my life will I turn around and denounce tarot and oracle cards. Never will I denounce God or, religion of any sort. And neither will I denounce twin flames. Like, it's all working together we rise. So when I talk about it, so tarot and oracle cards, they tend to get like you have to pick one or the other. I've always felt tarot cards and oracle cards are just another connection, a way to connect with whatever you believe in, God, your religion, and everything else. Just as simple as this, like say you have a rough day, so you go out to the park. And as you're sitting there trying to connect with peace, trying to connect with love, you look up in the sky, you see the clouds part and the sun comes out and you get an overwhelming feeling. There'll be brighter days. A bird lands next to you. You feel comforted. You look around, you see the growth of new trees and you're connecting there and you're tapping into sacred wisdom and all of that. That is a beautiful journey. That is a beautiful connection. That your channel of connection was through the park. A lot of the times with tarot and oracle, you're connecting with spirit. You're connecting back to yourself and you're connecting to spirit, God, whatever you believe in, through the cards. That's how I look at it. So it is one and the same. So I will never 5 years from now denounce going to the park to feel a connection to spirit, denouncing nature. There may be some times in my life where nature really does it for me. There's some times when I can't get out in nature, because it doesn't allow. But at no point would I then, like in the winter, denounce nature doesn't do it for me anymore. No, in the spring, nature will do it for me again. I'm just making an analogy, but tarot cards and oracle cards, I find it is only a connection back to yourself and back to spirit, back to God, back to divine, back to it. Just like if you go into a church or a temple to pray, that's how I look at my cards, as just a connection to source, to God, to what you believe in, and back to yourself, and it amplifies that connection. So whatever does it for you, but I have never, ever thought it was an either or a choice, and I would never, 10 years from now, say, that's almost denouncing my experience of how it's helped me get through my life and help me trust my own intuition was a big thing. The things that tarot and oracle cards, I've done a lot of videos about it, about what it naturally does for you in the process of using them. It allows you to trust your intuition. It amplifies your connection to something greater, to yourself, for answers. And the connection of everything. And it helps you put images to your own life experience, and it's another level of communication and connection. So I've never thought it was an either or. And when it comes to God and religion, I mean, from the very beginning of how I was raised and through my family and my friends, and I had a very inclusive, all-inclusive, multinational, religion, I was exposed to a lot, and I'm very grateful for it because I very young knew all avenues lead to the same place. It's only what you practice may be different, blah, 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 but it is all connecting. And however you get there, we're all basically praying to the same thing. We're all, and thank God we each have our own almost personal way of doing that, but it definitely connects us to something higher. And twin flames, okay, I do resonate with that. Yes, it's heartbreaking when you're in separation from in the very beginning, but my firm belief with twin flames, it goes together with Together We Rise. You meet up, you're completely triggered to have an awakening, and that is on purpose because you have a connection deeper, more intimate than any other person that walked the earth. And you will probably have almost like a collision, almost like this card, a collision that will rock and shake the foundation of your very life thus far, because it's breaking and falling away for you to rise up fully into your higher self, more of all you are. And so then they leave. And you know why? Because we individually have work to do, and you're never really separated. I don't even like the term twin flames separated, because so much of this is telepathic. You're forever connected. You were actually connected before you even met up in the physical, in that moment, had that relationship. Then you break. You're still telepathically connected. You're still energetically connected. You're still supporting each other on levels you don't even understand or realize to the depths. But you definitely have work to do. So I purposely don't do a lot, even on my personal, I don't do a lot of love readings. If you're in separation, whether you call yourself a twin flame or your love, I always say, yes, check in, but Spirit made it very clear, do not get obsessive. Do not get obsessive with that, because if you're in separation or someone's not in your life, they're not in your life for a reason. Like, trust Spirit over that. Trust your connection over that. They're not really gone, only in the physical. You're always connected. They're always supporting you. You're always feeding each other. But more importantly, the focus, what they always drummed home to me was, yeah, okay, if you want to do a reading so you touch base or you feel at peace, absolutely. I'm not discounting love readings at all, so please don't take it like that. But the obsessive, if it takes you away from the energy of what you're supposed to be pouring into the work that you're supposed to be doing, because there's a reason that the massive growth and what you're doing separated is so important, and to always have a higher, clearer perspective that all roads together we rise. We're really not in separation. So this is all one subject. When they said lump it all together, tarot cards and God, religion and twin flames, they're all working together. For what? To rise. Together we rise. And so, they wanted me to come, talk about these topics that have come up in the comments. And I wanted to address it all, how I feel about them really honestly, what I've personally gotten about these subjects. You can feel differently, absolutely. Everyone's on their own journey, but this is just to do a clear up spirit talk on these subjects. And, if you ask me what I feel on these subjects, this is all of it in a nutshell. Really clear and crisp. I even wrote down like bullet points. So I stay on target and don't ramble, because you can very easily. These are huge subjects, but this is just very clear where I stand. And wherever you stand is fine. Whatever you believe is fine. Feel what resonates with you, and that is it anyway. And this is just what has always resonated with me deeply when it comes to it. We're all working together to rise, and we may take different routes along the way, but meet up anyway. And that came from Spirit, all working together to rise. We may take different routes along the way, but meet up anyway. And I love that. And I was guided to this, Together We Rise. And this is how I honestly feel with everything that circulates on YouTube and the questions and comments I get. And I wanted to share with you that at the end of the day, where I resonate is Together We Rise. And it's all working together. So trust it, trust it, trust it, trust it. And this has just been to just clear up spirit talk on these subjects. Take care.